Welcome back to Limited Edition, ladies and gentlemen. In today's video, we're going to talk about leasing and lease brokers and all that stuff. Let's get started. Well, ladies and gents, this video is a little bit unusual for me. It's not about any particular car in here, but it's about leasing, kind of a story time and how I got involved in this kind of new venture of mine. And basically what happens is that I buy a lot of cars because just the nature of the business. I buy a lot of cars all across the country, and over the years I have developed relationships with a lot of dealerships, pretty much all major brands out there. And as a buyer of high-end cars, I get a lot of calls from brokers pretty much every day. So it's just like it's the nature of the business. So on any given week, I get 3, 4, 5 calls a day from brokers, and people are trying to sell you stuff and this and that, and sometimes it pans out, sometimes it doesn't pan out. And most of these brokers try, what they would typically ask me is like, hey, I have this deal on this lease, blah blah blah. If you're interested, let me know if you have a customer for it. And for the most part, I would usually would dismiss them because I never really dealt with leasing and buying and selling, so that kind of never really crossed my mind. And eventually what started happening is that one of the dealers that I do a lot of business with reached out to me, and he was like, listen, you buy a lot of cars from us. We have these deals on leased cars. I know that these are not exotics, but here's a price list. Maybe if you have a customer, we can give you a great deal. It's like, okay, whatever. So I put this kind of on a back burner. Didn't really register in my head until a couple days later. A friend of mine called me and said, hey, listen, I went to this other dealer trying to lease the car, and here are the numbers that they gave me. Do you think you can help me maybe find a car I can buy or whatever? And I was like, sure, let me take a look. And like a little bit later, it kind of started, the gears started working in my head. And I was like, oh, this other guy called me about a lease. Let me see what I can do. And long story short, I was able to get my friend the same car, lease on the same car he was looking at, for almost half the money that the other dealership was charging him. And in my head I was like, there's must be something to it. So anyways, the long story short is that I was able to secure some deals with some dealers, basically any brand, most major brands out there, and I can get deals that an average consumer can't, simply by walking into a dealership. And why? Well, because I'm a wholesale buyer. I buy a lot of stuff from a lot of other dealers, so I get better deals naturally. And the beauty of it is that I get my commission from the dealers, so the customer is unaffected. So kind of a win-win. I tried this with a couple other friends and family, and it's legitimately working. So anyways, the bottom line is, the point of this video is that if anybody's looking for a lease, if anybody wants to lease a car, and it doesn't have to be a high-end or an exotic or anything like that, pretty much any brand, any make or whatnot, all my information is in the description, lemotorcars.com. You can even fill out the credit app. It's a very simple process. Let me know what you're looking for. I can find you a car anywhere in the country. I can ship it anywhere in the country. And I can most certainly guarantee it's going to be cheaper than if you walk into a dealership and try to lease a car. Again, any make, any model. I know I deal with exotics, but for leasing purposes, I can pretty much find anything that you might be looking for. So I guess that's the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Peace.